So here's something to consider. Does it cost more money today for your rent, for your mortgage, for groceries, for everyday living? If the answer is yes, which it obviously is, in case you live in a completely different planet, then this might not apply to you, then listen up. Here are the 5 reasons why you want to get involved in remote sales so you can not just get ahead, but actually start thriving and really living life by design and not just by default. Let's dive into it. The first reason, with remote sales, you don't have to go out and hunt for the business. Now, what the hell do I mean by that? In any traditional sales, consider door-to-door, for example. And I came from door-to-door, not bashing any of these examples. At the end of the day, these are just examples. But door-to-door sales, how do you get potential new business? How do you get potential new sales? It's in the name. You have to go direct to consumer. You have to knock on doors, build value, build trust, and basically sit down with that customer and show them what it is that you have to offer after going through 10s, 20, hundreds of potential doors to find that quote unquote good luck. Again, big income involved in that, nothing wrong with that. But the issue is you actually have to get on your ass, get off your ass and do something, and there's nothing wrong with that. Consider real estate. Again, I'm not a realtor, not knocking the industry, huge commissions to be earned, amazing product, everybody needs a house, bottom line. But depending on the type of brokerage you're involved in, they're not just gonna hand you leads saying, hey, Mike down the street wants to go sell his house. Here you go, this is his name, this is his number, go introduce yourself and you could sell Mike's house. Or the company's not just gonna hand you leads saying, hey, this individual wants to purchase a property from you. You're gonna be partnering up with Sally, go help her and buy the house. Traditionally, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'll admit I don't know what I don't know, but traditionally how real estate works is you're in charge of finding the potential buyer and seller, and you do that through either your warm market, so friends and family, or you do that through advertising or knocking doors even. There's a million different ways to find the business. The point I'm trying to make is you actually have to put some blood, sweat, and tears, some sweat equity into getting that potential business, and there's nothing wrong with that. Where remote sales has an edge is you're gonna get qualified leads provided to you that are literally booked on your calendar when it's appropriate for both you and that prospective buyer to sit down and have a conversation about whatever product or service that you're offering is. Now, this is a huge, huge, huge benefit because that's half the battle. This person's already raised their hands and said, listen, I'm interested in the product or service that you're offering. Sit down with me, tell me what the hell's going on, build the value. If it makes sense, I'll move forward. If not, then I'm out. Like, I get fired up talking about this because that's literally more than 60% of the whole transaction. I was talking with a gentleman who recently got involved with us, and he said, recently got involved in remote sales, and he told me point blank, he's like, Mike, you're telling me I just have to show up to the call? This person's already interested? This person already wants to talk? Anyways, you get my point. I'm beating a dead horse here. That's the first reason why, if you haven't considered or looked into remote sales, it's for that reason right there. And that's because you're gonna get qualified people already who raise their hand saying, I want to look into this, booked on your calendar, okay? Now, second reason, you're actually selling something that benefits the person. So a little about myself, my name is Michael Sampson. I've been doing remote sales in the telecommunication industry for the past 5 years. The main service that I've made my money selling over the past 5 years, really basic, really nothing sexy, is home security. Till this day, I have customers calling me from 2, 3, 4 years ago, reaching out and saying, dude, if it wasn't for you helping me get these cameras installed, we wouldn't have the same peace of mind that we do right now. We had an issue where one of our neighbors, we and him had whatever argument, the cameras caught it, and we were able to provide that footage to the police. And because of that, everything's rectified. My wife has peace of mind, and it was a good decision. So we're not promoting snake oil, right? In remote sales, there's crazy amount of different industries, from people helping people lose weight, people helping individuals with finances, with other different type of relationships, all walks of life, all sorts of different opportunities within the niche, within the industry. And when you help these people make that purchase-based decision, 9 times out of 10, it's a good product or service that you're selling. So that's one of the biggest things that I really enjoy about doing remote sales, is I'm actually legitimately helping people with whatever that product or service is that they're looking for. Now, the third reason why, if you're not involved in remote sales, why you need to get involved in remote sales is an obvious one, but the first word, remote. What the hell does that mean? So remote, meaning that I don't need to be in one city. I could be in literally anywhere in the world, just need my laptop, internet, cell phone, and we're good to go. There's something really empowering knowing that I could literally buy a plane ticket right now, peace out to any other city or country or province or state, wherever I want to go, and I could still earn a 6-figure plus income doing anywhere in the world. Like, please tell me how many traditional job opportunities allow that freedom, allow that flexibility. And maybe you're an individual that you don't see value in that, and that's totally fine. But if you are somebody that maybe you started a family and you like the idea of being able to stay at home with your wife or husband and see your child's first steps, or be there when you need to be, or you get the idea. This career opportunity provides that flexibility. And that's something that I've been able to enjoy for the past 5 years. I've helped many other people do the same, and it's been an absolute game changer. Now, the fourth reason why, if you're not involved in remote sales, why you absolutely need to get involved in remote sales, is the income potential, the income opportunity. And just to be transparent, any sales profession will offer this opportunity, but that's basically being able to write your own check. So in remote sales, and any sales in specific, you eat what you kill. You're not paid on an hourly status, which, if you're new to the industry, if you've never done something like this, it could be pretty scary. But once you master the right skill sets, you get the mindset down, and you have a system in place, the right daily method of operation, you literally have a license to print money. I remember when I first ever got my job, my first ever job was working in a call center, making calls for, I think it was like 10 or 12 bucks an hour. I remember I was the hardest working guy, not to toot my own horn, but I would be the guy that would be the first to come, the last to leave. I'd give my best effort. And at the end of the day, I was still earning the same 12 bucks an hour as my neighbor Johnny was next to me, who was doing fuck all with his time and putting half-ass effort. That's not the case in remote sales or in any sales profession. If you're willing to outwork, out-hustle, but more importantly, produce results. Now, what do I mean by produce results? Help people make a buying decision, close them. And closing could be an aggressive phrase, but basically it's just a nice way of saying I help that person make a purchase. Then you could get rewarded and paid handsomely, and the sky's the absolute limit with how much money you could earn and what kind of lifestyle you could ultimately live because of that. Now, the last reason why, if you're not involved in remote sales, why you need to get involved in remote sales, is the personal growth aspect of things. I could tell you the person I am today compared to 5+ years when I first got involved in the industry is two different Michael Sampsons. By nature, I'm very shy, I'm very introverted. I don't like to be in front of people. I don't like loud places. I don't like to socialize. Here's the thing. What we do, you have to talk to people if you want to make some money. So by being forced in this environment, I was actually forced to develop the skills. I didn't come into this running and making a shit ton of money from day one. It took me some time. It took me some development. I always like to joke about myself saying by nature I'm always the slowest to pick it up, but once I pick it up, it's game over, done. But it takes some time for things to click for me, but when they do click, then we're off the ground and running. So forget the freedom, forget the money, forget everything else I mentioned. In my opinion, the personal growth aspect, being able to develop more confidence, being able to have better social skills and social situations, and then just having the belief in yourself that you could produce results in any given opportunity once you get the right training, the right mentorship, and you know what's going on, that far outweighs any of the other opportunities on why you should get in remote sales. So hopefully that helps. I'm just sharing my 2 cents on why I feel remote sales is, in this day and age, probably the best and the easiest career opportunity to get involved in if you are serious about changing your financial situation, changing your ability to work wherever you want to work in the world, and ultimately to control every aspect of your life. So I hope that helps. If you are interested in learning more about remote sales or potentially just getting more ideas on where to start, there's going to be a link somewhere in this video, in the comments or in the description. Reach out. I'd love to help you with this.